And so he would sit on the porch and he would talk to my mother for hours. I guess they were still beefing. And I'm sure it's for a whole bunch of myriad of other things too. But they was beefing. And so she wouldn't open the door, or she would talk to him through the screen. He would just talk to her, for hours. And next thing you know, he started coming over every day and he would do just that. Well, eventually, she told me one day, hey, I'm gonna let him in. It was wild about it because I really kind of looked up to him. I looked up to him. I don't even know if I looked up to him for the right reasons neither, because he was like this, he was a hustler. He would have his cars. He would be on the streets and the spots. He would have his buddies, especially when he moved in where we was, because where we was, he ended up moving in. And then we had a basement. He would set up his little spot and his little so-called after hours spot and pool tables, and they be down there drinking and everything else. It was like I was scared of him because I know what he was capable of, but then like I looked up to him at the same time. That's a crazy dynamic when you have fear and admiration at the same time, right? I would try my best to try to get downstairs when they was downstairs hanging out, kicking it, him and his buddies hanging out downstairs. But my mother would never let me go down there, right? So I would get up in a room that was kind of above the downstairs, and I would put my ear to the vent. And I would sit my ear on that vent for an hour, just listening. Eventually, I would just sneak down there. Without my mother's permission, I sneak down there. Next thing you know, he had me down there playing pool and everything else. And I'd be down there kicking it, with his buddies or whatnot. Fast forward a little bit, him and my mother decided to get married. I knew at that age that he was a hustler. I remember this one time when it confirmed it for me, man, he brought all this marijuana into the house. He had it, I remember, he had it all out around the house trying to dry it out, right? He had it everywhere, opened in all these bowls, trying to dry it out. And here go my heart again, pitter-pattering, right? And thinking, man, the police is about to kick our door in and everybody is about to go to jail. Not just my brother, everybody about to go to jail, right? A lot of discomfort. A lot of pressure, a lot of intrusive thoughts, and you're always thinking the worst. And I remember my mother getting home one day, and she had asked me, had I seen my stepdad? I told her, man, no, I haven't seen him. And so it was the next day, and I remember getting up, and my thought was to go ask my mother, had he got home yet? And she said he still hadn't got home. That next day turned into another day. Then that next day turned into another day. And then turned to another day. Then it had been about 3 days. And I remember he kind of run out here and he be hustling and he kind of out here. And, he's doing this thing. And so even though it's strange, it could be, an outlier where it's not so strange. I'll never forget this. It was one night, probably on day 4 of that week. And I remember it was probably about 11:30 at night. And I remember the doorbell rang at 11 at night. And my mother gets up. I'm already an emotional wreck. I've been an emotional wreck since 8 years old. So I get up immediately. I hear it immediately, get in my bedroom door, looking to see my mom. My mother's going downstairs. She goes downstairs, and it was a couple of men at the door.